What's up, guys? Today I am here with my brother, Zach Horvath, who is the founder of Live a Great Story, and we're talking all about crowdfunding video ideas that will get you funded. But first, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Amanda Horvath, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. If you're new here and you're looking to use video marketing in your strategy this year, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. So as I mentioned, Zach is the founder of a company called Live a Great Story. And Zach, what's happening this Tuesday, today?
Yeah, today we are launching our first Kickstarter. Essentially, it's the world's first monthly accountability journal. So it really just helps you clarify those things that you need to be doing better that you're not doing. And you're like, I really wish I could, focus on my health a little bit more, or have better relationships, or make new friends, or, read or listen to podcasts more. Just those kind of day-to-day things that you wish you were doing but aren't doing as well as you should. So it helps you clarify that and then make a plan to do that, and then also stick with doing that because it shows up in the mail once a month to kind of nudge you. So it's kind of a conversation with yourself to really just hold yourself accountable to being a better you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's launching this Kickstarter today, and you guys should all go check it out. I'll definitely link to it in the description below. But what was really cool, the reason that we're here today, is to really chat about the video side of what he's done, because he had no training in video. He had a sister that went to film school and was doing the video scene, and so in the very early Live a Great Story days, he would kind of tap into me and we would film together, and so he started to kind of learn video on his own. And I have had a very busy season, so I wasn't able to help out a ton on his Kickstarter video. So he's really led that initiative. And so we're gonna just start off by talking about, how did you concept that video?
Really, the foundation of how it started was, how are other people doing it? So we went through and researched all the Kickstarters. We're kind of in the journal planner space, more or less. So if there's a box, that's the one that we fit in. And so there's been a lot of really successful Kickstarters that have done that. And so we're like, how do they do it? What looked good? How's their page look? What did they do that stood out? Why are they funding? Some of them have raised as much as like $700,000 to about 100, 200,000. So we're like, all right, let's aim for kind of the middle of that and take bits and pieces of what each company did. And what ended up happening was we found this company that has the most funded productivity planner ever. So the most funded, and we're like, let's just steal their script and go through and customize it, take their kind of outline of what they did, and then sub out all of their lingo for our lingo, take out their details, and really just rewrite it, but use their kind of skeleton of how they showed it and how they brought it to life, but with our own deal.
What I found really cool is, like, he's really, really good at just like taking something and running with it and not overthinking it. I'm a total overthinker. Like right now, I'm like worried I'm not in focus, and I could very easily not be in focus. So we're gonna roll with that anyway. Being the guy that he is, we show up for the day of the shoot and we like don't really have the video totally concepted. We spend like 5 hours concepting, like finishing up the script.
But up until that point, I had probably spent like 2 hours on it. So I had taken that and gone through and really focused on taking that video and literally just like wrote down everything like word for word, just listened to it over and over again, took it down and then wrote it out and was evolving. So we definitely came into it with probably 2 hours of work, and then we spent another 5 hours tearing it apart even more and making sure that we really fine-tuned it, and we got to the point where we were kind of running in circles.
So we basically came to a point, it was like, we need to shoot this video. So there's a point in scripting that you're just going to continuously like rewrite, and at some point you just got to pull the trigger. So we pulled the trigger, we set up a teleprompter, and we threw the script on there and just hit record. Zach did it several times.
What up? We're here on the set of the Kickstarter, and we're shooting the video for the guide, and it's coming out pretty soon, but just wanted to share a little bit of behind the scenes of what it looks like, and it's definitely coming live, so come hang out, be a part of the squad,
Definitely share it, as much hype as you can. Get it to the people that need it. Let's make this ripple effect amplify all across the world.
Woo! And then Kelly, she was new to being on camera and using a teleprompter. And if for any of you that kind of know how this goes, like, it can be very intimidating. Hey guys, we're 1 week out from our Kickstarter and we want you, Jesus Christ. What is happening to me? All right. All right. Hey guys, we're 1 week out from our Kickstarter.
1 week out!
Oh my God. So then how did you come up with the footage that went over the video?
So in the beginning, when the first round of it was so much talking heads. And so I sent it to Kelly, and, you know, her not knowing anything about video, she kind of freaked out because it's just talking and, you know, really ugly cuts. But as you start developing the video, you start overlaying B-roll and, you know, really filling in the gaps so that it starts looking better and better and better. And so really an important part of videos and really the marketing strategy was you want to repurpose things. So you don't want to shoot things solely for one reason. You don't want to just have your video for the Kickstarter and not be able to use it for other things. So you want to have kind of all these different things where you can repurpose it for Facebook or Instagram stories or different things like that. And so what we did was we kind of took this idea of problem, solution, feelings, and we shot that multiple times over. So really exhausted coming home from work, or really overwhelmed from, you know, late nights at the office, or your girlfriend's really struggling with something and the boyfriend's, you know, feeling left out. Like these feelings and these ideas for the customer of relatability, we wanted to have that complete package of stressed, overwhelmed, unclear, just not feeling good, intro guide process of filling it out, going through it, and then feeling like really good and confident afterwards. So we shot 4 of those that ended up running into their own marketing videos. So they ended up being kind of 15-second videos of those, just like, but really condensed.
So just to recap what he was saying, basically for B-roll, he shot these little story segments with friends where it's just, hey, let's grab this person, let's tell the story of A to Z and shoot it in sequences. And then in addition, also using footage from several years of Live a Great Story and incorporating that. So any footage that you have in the past that could potentially be relevant to your video, don't be afraid to grab that and throw it in. I talked about this last week in my video about how to shoot a video on the fly, of mixing all these different mediums into one video. It can really add a lot of different elements and different excitement into the video, and make it really engaging. So now that you have a video, you have the actual Kickstarter video, what about, and you mentioned how you would use these for Facebook ads, but what are the different concepts of going about how to think about a Facebook ad?
So there's lots of different concepts for how do you run a video, right? And there's so many different objectives. And so really what we did was we wanted to run direct conversion ads. So we're taking people, brand new, fresh people that had never heard of Live a Great Story, and then put them in a situation where they were letting us talk to them. And so what we ended up deciding to use for that was really this pretty new technology for Facebook Messenger marketing. And we use ManyChat specifically.
So Facebook bots, for everyone that
Facebook bots.
hasn't heard of it, which is like basically this concept of you message a Facebook page and then it'll automatically respond to you. And they created like a 5 to 8 minute sequence that kind of told the story of Live a Great Story, and people were engaging with it like crazy. So this is like the foundation of their Kickstarter campaign, was using Facebook bots.
Instead of doing email marketing. So email is, you want to build a list, which is the foundation of any sort of digital marketing. Is what's your list, like build your list. And our list, instead of going email list, we went bot list. So no one's done this before as far as we can tell for a Kickstarter launch. So we're kind of using a lot of the tested strategies for email list building and Kickstarter launching, but with Facebook Messenger marketing, because we theorized that our list would be more valuable rather than deeper. And so we could build a smaller list, but a more engaged list. So,
and talk about how like with email, a typical conversion rate would be, it's like 3% or something. Like it's super low. But with your Facebook bots, I mean, people are getting a conversion rate or a click-through rate of like 80%. So it's insanely high. So you don't need as many people on that list if you are using a Facebook bot. So we're kind of getting into the weeds here, but it's a very interesting and fascinating concept, and one of the reasons that we wanted to chat today.
So what we ended up doing was we made lots of 15-second videos because Facebook really prefers shorter content. Most people aren't watching really long content, as far as we could tell. We kind of tested it a little bit. We did different lengths, and Facebook and marketing in general is so much like testing. And so we were testing, using the different videos. And we stumbled upon a couple of them that worked, and that process of gathering the people. But what we did was we ended up retargeting so many people. So we have, I think, 5 audiences with different videos. We have pictures, we have Instagram videos, we have side by side. We had a lot of retargeting. And so especially now leading up to the campaign launch, we've really focused on taking all the people that we've talked to that have seen Live a Great Story, and how can we take them a step or two further into the funnel so that we make them warmer. But we really focus on, because we have such an emotional connection, it's not a transactional purpose, really. It's not just, here, you buy this and then you go do this. It's like, how do you feel about this? What are you thinking about life? What's your community like? Like, where are you at in your journey? Like, it's really emotional and psychological and emotional.
Because that's why we buy products as well. Like almost every product has some sort of emotional, psychological component to it.
Yeah, and ours is even more so.
Absolutely.
And so we wanted to kind of lead with that. It's also another strategy that we'll see if it works out, because we didn't lead very product heavy. It was community and emotion and story heavy. And then out of that, we led people down this tunnel of, okay, here's actually the product. So we got people nodding, right? You want to get people nodding along and feeling the emotion and relating to you, and like they're taking these steps with you in this journey.
Like these small yeses.
Yeah, micro commitments.
Yes, micro commitments. There you go.
And so, and then eventually we're like, yes, yes, yes. And they're like, yeah, I feel the same way, like same struggle, like I totally agree. And then you're like, yeah, and we found the solution and we want to share it with you. Do you want the solution? And people are like, yeah, I totally want the solution. And they're like, all right, cool, click here and we'll give you the solution. And so that was kind of our strategy for this. And then a big part also on a little bit more on the marketing side was collecting those emails on the backside. So even though we led with a bot and it's kind of uncharted territories, we tried to follow up as much as possible with email collection and to get people on the email list, because then we can own that in the long run. With more time, we probably could have done a better job of that, and definitely on the next round, but that's just kind of a minor detail.
Yeah, there's always changes that you can make whenever you're going through and doing these things. So as you can see, it starts with video, creating the Kickstarter video and the Facebook ads, but there's so much in terms of strategy and how you're actually engaging with your audience. And so he's done an amazing job of creating an online community and engaging that online community. All right, so that's just a little bit of a teaser about the Kickstarter campaign for Live a Great Story. Definitely go check it out in the description below and buy a guide, because more likely than not, you are a candidate for this product. And why not support my bro? And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and click like and drop a comment below. I'm also curious how you feel about this kind of more casual interview setup, and if you'd like to see more of that with other business owners and how they're incorporating video. I'll see you in the next video.